guys, welcome back to Chapman True. Today we are on location at a property that we just picked up, and we are looking to get started on the renovations as soon as possible, probably next week. But first of all, we want to go through and do a walkthrough using our checklist that you can get down in the description that can help you through walkthroughs like this. So let's go ahead and check in with Nicole and get started on this whole walkthrough.
All right, so we are ready to do our walkthrough. We're gonna take our checklist and we're gonna go through everything that we wanna do in this house. And so let's start from the outside. Let's do this thing. We always start with the outside, and the first thing that we wanna look at is, are we gonna be removing any shrubs, any trees? Are we gonna be adding mulch or beds? So starting from the exterior and then moving in. So for this property, you can see that the tree is a little bit overgrown. It's gorgeous, but we need to cut back some of the limbs. So we're gonna trim the tree up. And then as you can see over here, there's just some bushes that need to be pruned. And if you come up here, so shrub removal, for example, we would mark this as something that's gonna be removed, and mainly because there's actually a nice big window that'll let in a lot of light behind it. So we just wanna get rid of it, clean up these flower beds and make them look good. And then, let's see, I don't think on this property we're gonna need to remove any trees. One, it's really costly, but two, I think there's a really nice amount of trees here. They just need to be trimmed up a little bit. And then, so over here, this, for example, will be something, we'll clean up this whole area. That tree looks pretty good. We'll just make it look nice and clean and simple. And so another thing that we always look at is, do we need to sod? Because that is something that we need to really plan for, making sure the sod people have time, and also including that in our budget, because it is pretty expensive to lay sod, but it also really helps with curb appeal. So on this one specifically, we are going to drop grass seed because we have plenty of time to get this lawn looking good while the renovation's going on. All right, so we've gone through shrub removal, tree trimming, sodding the front. We're gonna use grass seed instead, so I just click on the little list that we're gonna use grass seed. We're gonna remove the shrub and just make a note of it in your checklist. Trim the tree, what trees you want trimmed, because all these notes you're gonna wanna take and build into your scope of work. So then also looking at the exterior, we wanna look at the driveway, the sidewalk. Do they need to be repaired? Can we just clean them up? So I think for this one, there are some cracks, but it's nothing that is the end of the world. So we'll just do a nice solid cleanup on this driveway and the sidewalk. And you can see on the checklist, if you have our checklist, that it actually knows all these things out. What do you need to do? Do you need to repair, replace, or do you need to pressure wash? All right, and then walking through, looking at garage doors. Right now, the garage doors look like they're in pretty good shape, so I don't believe we'll need to fix them. If it comes up, it's just something we'll handle, but they appear to be in pretty good shape for right now. So I would just say to leave that. And then we have replaced porch posts in case, so if we had a big patio up here, what would we do? Are we gonna add a patio? Again, for this one, we're not going to add a patio out front or do anything crazy like that. We'll just do a cleanup, and if these posts per code need to be moved or changed, then we'll do that. Otherwise, we're gonna leave as much of the front entryway the same when it comes to that. One of the biggest changes that we are gonna make on this property, and that we do on a lot of our properties, is we are painting the entire exterior. So we're gonna do a nice white, and we decided that we're gonna do an urban bronze on the windows, which isn't like a black, it's a little bit of a softer dark color, which will give the house a really elevated and modern feel. So when we're going through this list, are we painting the exterior, painting the front door, painting the fascia, the soffit? And so always on our flips, we also paint the fascia and the soffit. And so you wanna make sure that what colors you want that as well. One of the questions that came up is, do we paint this white strip? And because we're trying to make this all look like one cohesive home, we actually don't like the way that separation looks. So that's gonna be all painted the same color as the rest of the house, we don't want to highlight that. So it's just those little things that you're going to want to make sure that you're noting, and it'll make the project go so much smoother. Once you have this like clearly outlined, you could just hand it to your contractor and keep going. So walking into the house, another thing that we want to be looking for the entire time is cracks in the foundation and the exterior and going up the walls. But we've already done a review on that and don't see any on the exterior. This front door is going to need to be replaced right here. As you can see, it looks like it's lived a good life. So we removed the storm doors because they're dated, and we're going to put a brand new door in here. All right, so we've gone through and we're going to replace the front door. One thing I missed while we were outside is the mailbox. Should we replace it? The mailbox does need replaced, so we'll click that. I think maybe we came inside a little bit too soon. So one of the other things we want to look at is, does this place need a new roof? Do we need to replace anything on the exterior? Is anything rotted? A lot of the homes we pick up, you do. This one is actually in pretty good shape. There's a little bit around some window trim, but the appears to be in good shape and fairly new. It's just got some debris on it, so we'll get that cleaned up. And then, so on our list, add new roofs. We don't believe we need to. We're going to get an inspection if something else comes up. We'll take it from there. And then soffit repair and replace, the fascia repair and replace, and then adding new gutters and cleaning gutters. So for right now, we're not going to build into anything that we are gutters. We're going to let the inspector tell us if he believes that gutters should be on the home. So we can just make a note there, to be determined. Replace windows, clean up current windows, and remove window screens. So a good tip is actually, if the window screens aren't in good condition, just remove all of them, because it helps everything just look nice and clean and uniform. The screens aren't terrible on this, but I think what we would probably do is take the screens off and put them in the garage, because the house is going to show a lot better without them. This house, we're going to keep the windows. We're just going to clean them up. We're going to do a nice clean and paint, since they're in pretty decent shape. All right, then moving to the back. Fencing is on our list. And so with this fence, what we're gonna do is give it a nice pressure wash, because pressure washing really does go a long way. And we're gonna clean this up and then just do repairs on it as needed. This isn't something that needs to be fully torn out. It just needs a little bit of love. So if you come through here, replace back patio or deck. So if you have a back patio or does it need to be replaced, and you can see here this one's pretty rotted through. And what we have noticed is there is a concrete slab here. So what we've decided to do here is rip out this patio and actually clean up this slab, and once everything's nice and cleaned up, we'll add some features out in the backyard that makes it feel really nice, maybe a little pergola or something. This appears to be in pretty good shape. We're gonna paint this up, and then we're gonna just replace the subfloor in here. So that way somebody's got a nice, usable, workable space. But that is something that you wanna note. If the shed is completely destroyed, then it needs to go. But this one we're able to salvage, and it's just a really nice feature for people to have. So we can fix this up pretty nice. And then if you had a pool, you'd want to do a review of the pool. Do you need to change the liner? It's probably a good thing for an inspector to come out and tell you what needs to happen with the pool. But all of this is on the list, and if you're not sure and you're waiting on inspection, you can always just write waiting on inspection to be determined, and it'll just help you work through. All right. One other thing is mechanicals. And so a lot of this we just leave to the inspector. When it comes to if we're gonna replace or service the HVAC, if the HVAC is completely not functioning, there's a good chance we have to replace it. But we always try to do what we can to save a unit if it can be. But these all come up in the inspection report, and this is really where we get the information from to what we do with our electric panel, our outlets, our switches, and it all just varies from house to house. Same thing with the plumbing. So if you know what needs to be done, you can definitely click it on here, but you can also wait for the inspection report to fill the mechanical section out. And then we already know we're gonna do a nice cleanup on the entire backyard. Make it look good. Yeah, just look at the trim. Like this appears to be a little bit rotted. So it's just something you want to bring up with your contractor, is something that's probably going to need to be replaced. Those things really truly aren't a major deal. It's pretty easy to fix, but make sure you just have it noted if you see it. And if you have a really good contractor, they're going to see that anyway. Going back in, scared. What, Mr. Raccoon? All right, now coming into the interior, we go to painting the walls, the trim, the doors, the ceiling scrape, drywall repair. So if there's a lot of things, like if there's drywall that appears to be in bad condition, you want to put drywall repair on your. For any home, and especially homes that are of this, so this is a higher end flip. We're selling at a higher price point for Charleston. So we are definitely going to be scraping the ceilings, and nobody wants popcorn ceilings. But in some of the lower end, we're trying to keep the price down. We just leave it. Paint, new interior paint. There's gonna be, unless we're just doing a flip where we're putting it back on the market in the exact same condition we're purchasing it, we're always going to be painting something. I think there's maybe 2 flips that we've done where we haven't painted the interior. So we typically plan to just paint the entire interior, scrape all the ceilings. And this one right now doesn't have a lot of drywall repair, but we are going to be opening up walls, so that is going to be included. So for this house, moving on to the flooring, we typically install LVP into all of our homes. It looks great, it's super easy to install, it's durable, it's great for the homeowner. So this house actually has beautiful hardwood floors, and we had originally anticipated keeping them. However, it's not consistent throughout the entire house, and it's specifically the kitchen. And so in order to keep a cohesive and something cohesive and good looking, we would have to run more tile in the kitchen than we would want to. It would put us way over budget. So in here, we've decided to remove and do LVP to give it a nice look throughout the entire home. All right, so moving on, checking out the baseboards. So these are some little details that easily get lost. And again, if you have a really good contractor, they're already gonna be writing these things in, but it's just good for you to have for your notes and make sure you're noting it. Does a house need new baseboard? Do you want to put thicker baseboard in? Does it need to be, do you want to keep it? What does that look like? So these are all things you should be checking out in the home. And then also just your HVAC vents, and a lot of times you're going to need to be replacing those. So it's just one of those budget items that you don't really think about, but typically they either need to be cleaned up or brand new ones put in. And it can cost a few $100s just for the vents alone. So it's good to know what kind of condition those things are in. So I'm super excited about this project specifically because one of the next items on our list is do we replace the doors? Do we fix the doors? Do we keep the doors? What do we do? And this house actually has very beautiful wood doors. So they're a nice dark stain, like they're very pretty. So we're just going to change the hardware on these. And we're going to keep these and flow them into the design since it's a really nice feature. So again, especially on high-end flips, we are changing out all these hinges. So check that off on the list if you're going high-end and the house is pretty dated. And all the doorknobs, because it's such a low-cost thing to elevate the entire property when you have all new hinges and all new knobs. We're gonna do brass knobs here, and it's gonna look absolutely stunning. The next thing that we go through and look, and the next thing on our list is lighting. Sometimes you can come into a house and keep all the lighting, maybe just replace a few fixtures. In this one, We will be replacing all of the fixtures. If you want to come and take a look at some of what we have going on, like in this room here, that will become a fan. We just have too many chandeliers and babies on the chandeliers. So we will be replacing all the lighting. Another thing that we just started doing on just the last flip, and it gives a nice elevated look, is adding can lights in. So we're actually getting away from putting like a ton of fixtures everywhere and putting in nice can lighting. So we're actually going to be adding can light throughout this kitchen. And another thing that we talked about in one of our videos is floor plan and really making a space look good. So when we come into this house, as you can see, if you come in from the front door, there's this little room right here, which I imagine probably at some point was like a dining room or something. But when you turn around and look, now this is like a 5-6 bedroom house, and this kitchen is, let's make sure there's no raccoons. All right, this kitchen, this kitchen is really small for the size house. It's very boxed in. So again, one of the floor plan things that we have already budgeted in for when we knew and saw that the kitchen was this small for this size house, we're gonna open up that wall over there. We're gonna open up this wall, and we're gonna open up this wall here is the plan. So all of this is gonna be nice and open, and we're gonna run cabinets the whole way down the wall and essentially turn this entire space into the kitchen. So when you walk in, you're gonna walk in and you'll see there'll be a little bit of room right here. This is all gonna be kitchen. This will be, oh, you can actually see the X on the wall. We're gonna open this up as well. So you walk in and the house starts to have a flow into this gorgeous living room that we have down here. So this is gonna be beautiful, brand new kitchen. So that's a floor thing. You definitely wanna make sure you're noting that on your layout. All right. And this is where you can go through your checklist when we're getting to kitchens and bathrooms, and you can just do a circular walk through the house and go room to room. So for the kitchen specifically, there's nothing that we're gonna save in here just due to how old the kitchen is and the level rental that we need to bring it to. So in here for flooring, we're gonna note that we're doing LVP throughout the kitchen because we're gonna do that throughout the entire home. If we were planning on refacing the cabinets, I would check that, but we're putting brand new cabinets in, brand new countertops, and everything new, all new appliances. So this has everything, the checklist has everything. Are we replacing the sink faucet, the garbage disposal, countertops, sinks? So a vent hood, are you gonna do a microwave? These are all really good things to think through as you're going through the checklist. So do we want to have the microwave over the oven look? We personally prefer to do vent hoods. All right. Another thing, and we just discussed in the checklist, the structural changes, there is some sloping in the floor. So we did note that. So you want to, if you're feeling sloping in the floor, you're going to want to make sure that your inspector and your contractor are noting that in the report, what areas might need a little bit of work on the under foundation part of the home. So you'll see things to look for is like vertical cracks in the walls that show significant potential foundation failures. We don't really see any on any of the walls, which is great, but we do have a little bit of a wonky floor. So we'll get that looked at. This wall will be a load-bearing wall. So we are going to have to put in some beams, I believe. Yeah, we're going to be putting in some beams, and we can only open it up to a certain level with having posts. So that's all something that you want to get your contractor and probably an engineer involved in as you're doing these things. All right, and then the next thing is, are you going to be adding to the living space? Are you going to be adding a brand new room where there isn't a room? Are you adding doors? How are you changing up the space? This is always good to know right from the beginning, so that way when your contractor comes in, they can just go to town on the place. So with this one, we're not going to be adding anything, any additional structures, But we do have a couple of spaces where we can look at adding a closet in to make it a proper bedroom and get that bedroom count up. So other things, like if you're going through the room and for example, this room has paneling. So you want to be noting, okay, for us, we want the paneling to come down. You could paint it, but make sure that you know what you want to do with it. So we're going to be removing paneling in this room. We have this nice fireplace feature. And because the doors are this pretty brown and this actually is a really beautiful fireplace, we're keeping it. But you would want to know, are we going to whitewash this fireplace? Are we going to keep it? We love the way that this looks, so we're going to keep it and just wow out the rest of the room. So this is a really cool room up here, and this is a really great bonus feature. So let's go. So this room is so cool. It is a frog above the garage. It does appear to have ductwork and ventilation, so we'll address that after we get the inspection on if this home does have several HVAC units, and so we need to see what's working, but that's the point of the inspection. This room is so cool. One of the design elements we decided to do is we're gonna shiplap in here and add a couple wall sconces and just make this whole room up here feel really cool, because this one could be a really sweet bedroom for somebody if they wanted a bedroom. This could be a really amazing playroom because it's right off the living room. So if you're downstairs and cooking dinner or whatever, and you can have your kids up here playing and they're not so far away. This is such a cool room. If you don't have kids or whatever, it could be a great guest room or an office space. So now we've been through most of the list. We know that we're keeping doors. We know we're changing light fixtures. We know what we're doing with the flooring. We know we're redoing the kitchen. The next thing to do is to check out the bathrooms and what do we want to do. So you can go to town on these bathrooms, or you can try to see what you can save. With these bathrooms specifically, there is no saving anything. We always, unless it's a newer home where we don't need to do it, new toilets, we're gonna be doing a new vanity in here and a new tub. So on your checklist, you have bathroom 1, 2, 3, and you can go through and say, all right, bathroom 1, you can note that it's on this floor here. What are we doing for the flooring? Are you gonna run LVP into it? Are you gonna tile it? So you wanna make sure you note that. Are you replacing the mirror? Are you replacing the vanity? Are you replacing the vanity light? Are you replacing the tub? All of these things are on the checklist. You're gonna do a walk-in shower, floor to ceiling. Are you going to put a bathtub? What kind of bathtub? Vent fan, does it need a vent fan? So these are all questions that the checklist will help you answer as you're going through it. So it makes it easier for your contractor. And again, this is a full gut. And so we just go through and do bathroom by bathroom. We do the exact same thing. And there may be some things that are on the checklist, like for example, these stairs. We're just gonna clean them up. So they'll sand them down, they'll make them look good, and they'll stain them the color close to the LVP and make it look good. This is the master bath. And so again, just going through the checklist, we've decided we're gonna do a beautiful master shower with the rain shower heads in here. It's gonna look absolutely stunning. And we're replacing everything. So everything, note, is gonna go. Wallpaper, it's all going. It's all going bye-bye. So you just simply go through bathroom by bathroom and say, what do you wanna do? Because each bathroom you might do slightly different. This is the mother-loaded bathrooms, by the way. There's somebody living in here, like using this as their kitchen. They didn't have power. The lighting's not working in here. But again, just go through your checklist. We're gonna do a tub in here with a tile surround. It'll be really nice. And we're gonna keep the vanities in same spots. We thought that was really cool for kids who are gonna be sharing this Japanese gel bathroom. And so that's what we do with the checklist. We just go through line item by line item. We start with the exterior, we walk through the whole thing, and then we come inside and we go line by line in each bathroom, in each area, and get a good list of everything that's going on. This is gonna be super helpful for your contractor. This is gonna help keep things super clear through your project, and it'll make you think about all the little things so you don't end up being pulled a million different ways in however many months the project is happening. So our goal is to always have all of this outlined in the beginning so we can allow our contractors to get in and do what they want to do. So hope this was helpful. Can't wait to see the progress on this one.